Guys, happy Valentine's to you all. How are you all doing? Welcome to my channel. So I am so excited for today's video. So this video is actually triggered by my therapist. So the last time we talked, he told me to go sit down and think about my past relationships. So when I sat, I thought about a lot, I reflected about a lot, and a lot came into mind. So I thought of doing a video on two series of videos on the same things that I have discovered as triggered by my therapist. So I hope you enjoy today's video. So we are going to be discussing about red flags, a very common topic, something we hear every now and then. And I came up with after doing an introspection of my past relationships, I came up with a list of things I saw or things I or basically red flags that we see and don't put in mind most of the time. So I have them here, and we're going to be discussing them with you guys. And I'd also want to know in the comment section, kindly, what do you think? What are the red flags maybe you have seen or have seen in your past relationships? Because we are trying to heal, and together as a family, we are going to be able to see maybe the same thing you saw last time. Maybe this time when you see it, you'll be like, hey, this is a red flag. So the first thing for me is trust issues. The first red flag is trust issues. If you can't trust me, I have dated someone who was constantly on my phone. He wants to know, who am I talking to? Why am I talking to this person? Why did so and so call? Who did you talk to throughout the day? And it is a lot. Trust issues. If you can't trust me, for me it's an issue. The second thing is that when you're in a relationship, you're angry most of the time. You are more sad in a relationship than in that relationship. Benjamin Zulu says that you better be a happy single person than in a miserable relationship. If every other time you don't have even motivation, you see, there are times when you look forward to talking to that person at the end of the day. You want them to know how was your day, and you just look forward to spending time with that person. But if that is not there, you are angry most of the time. You just feel like you see that reaction like exactly, that is a red flag. If you are more angry in that relationship than you, the more times you most of the time you are sad. But see, you better even be alone. Yes, that is Benjamin Zulu says you better be a happy single person than in a miserable relationship. The other things is hiding things over. I once dated a person, and I think I've told most of my friends this story. Then I think way into the relationship, that is when I noted that this guy had a baby mama. And okay, it was like, it's not an issue, like, but I wish I knew from the start. This guy had opened up and told me, I have a kid, or there's someone who has my kid, you see. So way later into the relationship, and I'm not even finding out from the person. Then when I asked this person, I've told this story to most of my friends. When I asked them about them having a baby mama, they were like, oh, Kwani, I didn't tell you, it's not an issue, I didn't think it was important. And I'm like, okay, you didn't think it is. You see, you're hiding things over me. When you love someone, you want to love them with their faults, with who they are. But when someone is hiding things, the other thing is someone who is disrespectful. You see those people who this one has been told a lot of times. The person who talks bad to the waiter or the waitress, the person who is rude to maybe when you're in traffic and someone tries to overpass them, overtake them, when you are maybe walking and someone maybe steps on you. Or how does this person handle maybe frustration, ama how does this person handle when things are not right? You see, a person who is rude to a waiter, it's a red flag. If they talk bad, you see, the people who just are basically disrespectful, ama they don't know how to treat people right, you should watch out. The other one is someone who is obsessive. I have dated, and I will talk about the dating a narcissist. It's an issue I've wanted to do. I've dated one, and I'll give you that story very soon. I have dated someone who was so obsessive and so possessive. He has to know I'm in school, I have moved from school to point A. He has to know, what are you doing in point A? This guy calls you after every single hour to know where you are, who are you with. It's just so much. It's the fact that we are in a relationship does not take away the fact that you have that space as a person. You have the things that make you happy. You have a life. Exactly. Being in a relationship does not mean that you don't have a life. You have a life as a person. And so if it is so much, it's a lot, if someone is obsessive, I'm a so possessive that you have to explain, I am meeting up with so and so. It's so much. It actually even becomes a burden. So you end up even feeling like you have to be answerable to, and that is the issue with dating a narcissist. They want to control you because they have a deficit in themselves, so they want to use you as the punching bag. I will talk about that very soon. The other one, history repeats itself. If you're dating someone, ama you're with someone who always badmouths the ex, ama always talks bad things about the ex, ama always, soon you will be the ex and he will talk the same bad things about you. Someone who badmouths the ex, it is a red flag number one. Because there's, when those guys were dating, maybe they had, why doesn't he not tell you about the happy times that they used to have? You see, someone who badmouths their ex, it's a red. History repeats itself. It will repeat itself with you. Always calls the ex a slut, ama she loved money, ama always talking bad things about the ex. Soon that will be you, and they will talk bad things about you. So the other one is conflict is constant. You guys are fighting all the time, you are arguing all the time, and you can't even pinpoint why you are arguing. You can't pinpoint the issue. You can't pinpoint, we are fighting because of issue ABC. We are fighting because of maybe miscommunication, ama I did something, ama you can't pinpoint at indo issue tuna fight. You guys are always arguing, you're always conflicting. It becomes a lot. Conflict that is constant, haiishi. You guys are arguing every other time, na huwezi sema this is the reason why you are arguing. As in, it becomes even a burden to yourself. Then they are not your go-to person. You see the way you have achieved something and you want to tell them because you are so happy. You have maybe gotten a scholarship, you have maybe closed the deal, you have been promoted at work, or something big has happened to you and you don't even feel the urge of sharing with them. Man, that is a sign that it is over. If that happiness, you see, when you have done something and you want to go home and share it with them, or you just want to call them, and if they're not your go-to person, it's a sign that that one is not at a red flag. It's like you guys are done. You are broken to the point of maybe no return, because maybe it is something you have been working on so hard, or a project or something. Then you get that deal and you don't even feel the urge to share it. So when that happens, that is red flag, I think, number one. But because at the end of the day, you want to go home and talk to this person about how happy you are about your day, ama how frustrated you are that something happened. But if you find yourself, you don't even like feel that necessity to talk to someone, ama you don't feel that necessity to share the news with them, they are not your go-to person. So the last point, or the last issue, is you have to constantly apologize for who you are, the things you love. You have to kind of shrink your whole life for that person. It is a red flag. It is not right. Because if someone appreciates who you are, if someone loves who you are, they are going to accommodate you the way you are. They are going to actually even work to motivate you to work on what you love. They are going to be there for you to achieve the things you want to achieve, and they will be there to motivate you. They'll act as a motivation in everything. But when you find someone who you have to constantly apologize for who you are, you have to constantly apologize for the things you're doing, you have to constantly apologize for maybe one, two, three, it is a red flag. Run. So I'd really want to know what are the other things that you think are to watch out for, or what are the other things that you have seen as a red flag. So kindly leave me a comment down below. So I had a deep introspection of maybe the things I have seen, or the things I have experienced, and also miscommunication. You have this guy who will, and there are those ones who you will understand because maybe that is the nature of his job, or maybe circumstances. But there are those ones who will go 2-3 days without calling you, and the last without talking to you, and the and maybe that is your love language, or that is how you feel appreciated. Then when maybe they communicate, they will make you feel like nothing wrong about that, ama they will make you feel like, why are you being dramatic? You see, miscommunication. And it is said akuna, no one can go 24 hours without communicating and they are in the right state. If it is really someone who is into you, it is really someone who values you, ama someone who sees something with you, they will not go past a certain time without communicating. So someone who doesn't, I have someone who I will give you that story very, very, very soon. That one will come in a topic that is coming soon, because it's miscommunication for me is like, I know it's a deal breaker. If you can't communicate, just we can. So I'd really want to know what are the other red flags that you know, or things you have seen and you're like, this one I just can't. Then we have the usual one: if someone slaps you, a violent person, if they raise their hand against you, like up on you once, they will do it again and again and again. When people show you who they are, stop trying to defend them. Stop trying to like correct that for them. Believe them for who they are. If someone is violent, if someone raises their hand on you, that is not even that is a sign for you to go, because that guy will do it again and again and again. Then they will be like, at oh, you see the kind of, I'll also talk about that very soon, the kind of person who will maybe, I watched a story on Tracy Waithera's YouTube channel, and this chick was saying that this guy would come, beat her, harass her. She has like, she's in a lot of pain. Then this guy will take her out. She will get flowers, and she'll go back to the same place. Stop. Stop. When someone shows you who they are, stop trying to defend them. Stop trying to like defend what they are doing. Now that anakuchapa, then anakupeleka out, anakuchapa, anakubaya maua, you will die. There is a day he will beat you and kill you because you humiliate. So it is a joy to share this story, some of the things that I have seen in my own past relationships, and I'm grateful to my therapist for making me think about these things, because now I am seeing that there are things I saw, didn't think about them, but now they are occurring to me and they are more clear. And maybe in the next one, I will see them and I will not wait for it to get to that point. Maybe sometimes you can save yourself from the heartache. You have seen one or two things and you're able to just, maybe if I had paid attention to maybe one of these red flags, maybe it wouldn't have gotten me to the pain or to the heartache that I to that point that I got. So I am grateful for sharing this topic. I will see you next time, guys. Until next time, please remember that your mental health matters. Your mental health matters. Yes. So until the next time, guys, thank you for watching. Please remember that your mental health matters. Check on your friends, check on your family. It is okay not to be okay. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Together we are healing. Together we are a family. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I'll see you next time.